I made my wedding cake for my destination wedding, and I know that sounds crazy, but let's talk about how I came up with the design. As a baker, I always knew I wanted to do my own wedding cake no matter how difficult it would be, so I decided to make smaller versions of my wedding cake to practice throughout the year. For the first cake, I wanted to make a peachy pastel design because that's my favorite color. However, once it was brought to life, I didn't love it. And for the second one, I wanted to try out a classic vintage cake, which wasn't me either. However, I did add the red string theory to the cake, which I loved, and it just means that there were so many signs that we were meant to be. And for my third cake, I decided to do a world map cake, and that's because we met long distance, so it's a really big part of our story. I ended up incorporating the colors from the first cake and the idea from the third cake and making the final cake. Of course, it was extremely hard once I started on this because I was thousands of miles from home. My practice cakes were definitely messy, so for the final cake, I used fondant and I added the world map as well as the pastel flowers. Let me know how you think it turned out.